Oh, there we go. All right, how about now? Am I good? How's my sound? I'm doing this without my external mic. It's showing me that there are two. Oh my God. Two people here. Who's here? And can you hear me? Blurry and choppy. How about the sound? Can you hear me? Please identify yourself. Rat Rock Bronco is here. Who else? Yeah, it says not bad. How about, I don't know what I can do. Nothing. Hold on. No. Dallas is here. Okay, I can be heard, but does it sound okay, or should I go get my external mic? I only want the best for you people. Hold on. This should make it better. Hold on. Hold on. All right, I will get to Dallas's question. Oh, external mic. Very good, Mike Pratt. He with the clever comments right away. I still don't have an answer. Is this sound okay? Or should I get my external mic? Microphone. And hello, Mike and Dallas and Bronco. It's okay. Is the video better now? I really can't. I don't think I can do anything about the video. Okay, Mike says he hears me fine. Let me try something. This is less comfortable for me, but might be better if it works. How about now? Is this is it better now with this microphone? Any difference? I will get to all of your questions as soon as I get some answers. Better without the headset? All right, good. Mike says it's clearer with the headset. CFL game. If I were calling a CFL game, I would be ass deep in snow. No, they play in the summer. Their season starts in July. Nice call on the CFL reference. Was all right. Let me get to Mike about the end of I Want to Talk About This album. That's something that we in the industry, we call that clickbait. I don't think it's going to end. It just feels like it because I haven't done an episode for about a month until today. I did an episode today. Mike Pratt, you will be happy to know it was a Kiss episode. I think I'll put it up on Thursday. That was my first episode in this house. Well, I don't know if you fell for clickbait, Mike. Yeah, I guess you did. Although my clickbait didn't have any effect because it seems you're the only person. No, I honestly I didn't. I can't say I didn't miss doing the episodes, but I didn't have time, and no, I didn't miss it. I can tell you, Mike, if you'd like a spoiler, I'm willing to give spoilers, or you can wait until Thursday. It's up to you. A house tour? Yeah, I guess I could for the 4 people that are here. Who is here? Rat Rock, Mike, Dallas, and who's the other one? Blue Flyer? 5 people here now. Show yourself or make yourself known. Well, here's the first part of the house tour. All right. No, nobody's. Oh, let me get this cat up. Nobody's chatting, so I guess I'll take it upon myself, which is I guess my job, right? So this is where I sit. This is where I work. These are my hats. What do you call them? Do you call them hats or caps? I call them hats. I will continue now. Just a second. All right. Can I? All right. Mind the mess still. Well, this is my you can't see. Maybe you can see. This is I live kind of in a ravine in a jungle. You can see I live deep in it. There's an apartment building up there, and the ravine goes all the way down. It's quite deep. I showed, if you saw the video I did yesterday, advertising or promoting this live stream. I did it from that waterfall. That's where this is, in this ravine here. So I was there, and the cool thing about this house is I've got windows in front and back. The other house I just had them in the front, so I've got this one in the back and this one in the front. And this is cool. I've got a spiral staircase leading directly into the bedroom. I love that. So there it is. Here's from this corner. There's the stairs. No, I do not live in India, Dallas. Quieter neighborhood. My God, you have no idea how much quieter this neighborhood is. It's unbelievable. I always knew that my other neighborhood was loud. I believe me, I knew. I was really, really reminded of how quiet it is, how much quieter it is here, pretty much immediately. My dogs never bark because I'll go. Is this house an upgrade? Mike wants to know. Let me go down the spiral staircase. Still lots of boxes. Let me turn the light on. It's quite dark. My kitchen, believe it or not, is bigger. I have the world's tiniest living room. Here's my living room. There's my couch, and the TV is right in front of me. There's the staircase. Is it an upgrade? I don't know. Maybe. I'll go outside. This is my kind of garden. I gotta remember I don't have a microphone on me. My garden area, my dog's space is here. This is all. I'm gonna lose my connection if I go too far. This is my house here. There's the top floor and the bottom floor. I have a beautiful palm tree right outside my window. And lots of space for the dogs. There's Guy. He's come to make an appearance. Hi, Guy. Hi, Guy. I sent Dallas a video of me up on the roof today, which was via this ladder. The ladder goes all the way up to the roof. The roof. That's for Dallas, if he was wondering. I hear somebody's. I was just saying how quiet is here. Somebody's playing. I don't know if you could pick that up. I heard Marilyn Manson's cover of "Sweet Dreams" was playing outside. I think that's my neighbor. This guy called Rodolfo. He's a cop, which I think most people think that's a good thing. I think in Mexico that could be dangerous if you live near a cop, because if somebody has a beef with the cop, they show up and kill them. All right, back to and there's my cat waiting for me. Yeah, I love that staircase. There's the staircase. Pretty cool having stairs coming directly into your bedroom. No hallways in this house. Let me plug in. Hello, Kirk. Lovely for you to join me or to join us. Thank you. Nice to know you're still around. How far from the old one? Not too far. I moved here before I had the official move. I moved here the day before. I didn't pack. I took a lot of my stuff. I don't know if this was laziness or smarts. You know, typically if you move, you take all your drawers out of whatever you have kind of furniture you have drawers in. You have to unpack all the drawers and put all your shit from the drawers in boxes, and then take the box and then unpack the boxes. I just took all the drawers out of all my furniture, put them in the car, drove them here. I think I made 4 trips the day before the movers came and actually moved my furniture. And it took 11 minutes to get to Rat Rock's question. 11-minute drive from my old house to my new house. And that's through the city. I think I don't think it's any more than 4 kilometers. I know for you non-metric people, which is, I guess, everybody except Dallas, it's like 3 miles, I think, less than 3 miles from my old place. Yeah, long time. Again, thank you, Kirk. Yeah, for one person, it's great. You couldn't live here with two people unless one of them is not me. Uh, yeah, I mean, it's. I don't know, man. In Mexico, I've seen some very, very, very tiny apartments that have more than one person living in them. But I wouldn't live here with a partner. Oh, I didn't show the record collection. Just a second, I will. Good point. Let me go up again. Here's the records in the corner. Yeah, so there they are. I don't have blinds. If you notice, I don't have blinds anywhere on any of my windows. I'm on display here, so I gotta get that fixed. Oh my god! And you know what I bought yesterday and the night before? I made 2 orders on AliExpress. I haven't ordered anything on AliExpress for a long time. Man, I'm gonna be 56 years old soon, and in an effort to ensure that I remain single for the rest of my days, I bought like a doormat, right? Like where it says welcome. Well, I instead of one of those that says welcome, Mike Pratt, you're gonna like this. I bought a kiss mat. I actually had a kiss mat. Like 50, no, I don't know how many years ago. It's 12 years ago when I first got married. My wife and I, because she's a big Kiss fan too, we met because of Kiss. We had a Kiss Destroyer doormat that we bought at a proper store, but I bought a Kiss Unmasked mat, and I'm going to put it right at the top of the stairs. It's going to go right there. I also bought a Black Sabbath. No, the dogs are not going to eat the mat because the dogs will never see the mat. Oh yeah, and I bought a Black Sabbath Bloody Sabbath mouse pad to replace my Kiss mouse pad, which is getting quite discolored, and it's not in very good shape. I've had it a couple of years. And I bought an Aussie Blizzard of Oz. Oh my God. I bought a Blizzard of Oz shower curtain. Yes, I'm going to be showering with Ozzy. Yeah, it's an inside mat. It's not meant for outdoors. You could, I guess, have it as a bath mat or I thought about putting it in front of the cat's litter box, but yeah, it'll be here at the top of the stairs. Why do you assume her, Mike? That's not very woke of you. Ozzy lives. Unfortunately, he's dead, Kirk. You must have missed the news. He died on July 22nd. Any thoughts on the recent Kiss news? I assume you're talking about the Kennedy Center thing. Is that right, Mike? If it's, I assume that unless by reason you mean like in the last hour, and I haven't seen it. Are you talking about that? Confirm before I give my opinion on that. Okay, yeah. Kennedy Center. I have 2 words: Christine Epstein. I mentioned that in my episode today. A friend of mine, I know a friend of mine came up with it, but he mentioned that to me, which I thought was pretty clever. I guess, well, of the whole thing that this guy is hosting and putting himself in the position to host it. And I think he has more important things to do. I don't know about this Kennedy Center thing. That's a very American thing. I remember when Heart did it, and they did. When Led Zeppelin got the honor, and Heart did Stairway to Heaven, and Robert Plant was watching. That was cool. And Who else have I seen? I don't know. It's kind of weird. I think that Kiss is getting it. I love Kiss, but they don't seem like the the Kennedy's the Kennedy Center thing seems more like a Long Island rich Billy Joel kind of crowd thing, and Kiss doesn't seem. Kiss is more like a American Music award winner or something. I don't know. It's cool, I guess. It's fine. I don't care too much one way or the other. Let's see this. No, I was trying to do something here. Yeah, I guess I don't know if this is a form of cronyism because they're from New York and that guy's from Trump. That guy, it's Trump. He's from New York. I don't know if that's why. He seems to like things that are visually. He's more of a style over substance, so maybe that's why. I don't know. Oh, Dallas, are you talking about the I saw that fucking garish table that he bought. There was like 6 meters long or something, and they why are we talking about Paul Stanley's table? I didn't know it was from Canada. They cut it was like one piece of wood and they filled it in with resin. This is what we're talking about, that table. How much did that table cost? I don't think they ever said it in the video, did they? It must have been over $1,000. I bet it was more than $1,000 that he paid for that table. It was very. I was telling Lily about that, my ex-wife. We were talking about that the other day. I told her about that table, and she said I kind of described it to her and said, yeah, it's big news, Mike. The table. Um, it's funny that three of us saw that video. And I tried to explain to her how they cut, like, I think from what I remember, it was like one piece of wood and they laid it flat. And because it had all these grooves and cracks and stuff in it, they filled it with this resin to fill it up. And she said, and I said how big it was and how much, like, God, just the packaging of it alone must have been a couple $1,000s, and to ship it a couple of $1,000s, never mind the cost of the table. And she asked me what I thought of it, and I thought it was very Paul Stanley. Paul Stanley to me seems very, just his paintings, and he designed shoes some years ago, and just the shirts he wears, he's very garish. I his style, Paul Stanley's style, is very. He seems to like kind of tacky, garish, gaudy kind of stuff. Maybe that's also why Trump likes him. Everybody saw the table. James Hetfield, I am the table. Now that was Lulu. I mean, Lou Reed, right? I am the table. Or was that Hetfield? It was on. No, it was on the Lou Reed album, Lulu. But it was Hetfield singing "I Am the Table." Mike's got something to do now tomorrow. It's like 38 minutes of this. 38 minutes of table. Yeah, he does love the leopard. Yes, yes, which is, as I said, to me, very garish. I've seen him wearing leopard print shirts. He had that leopard print guitar from Lick It Up, Creatures of the Night era, I think, and then Lick It Up. Yes, he's a big leopard print fan. Horrible. Mike is not going to watch the table video. I hear heavy metal music playing outside my window. I think it's that cop. He's a nice guy. Oh yeah, about the quiet neighborhood. Getting back to Mike's comment about how quiet it is. Man, it's unbelievable. My other house, I probably talked about it. I know I had many disturbances in the videos. The I want to talk about this album videos. There was a bus base outside my house. Those were there are like 22 or 23, 24 bus lines that run around my city, and one of them had their base right outside my house. So from 4 or 4:30 in the morning was when they first arrived until around 9:30 at night. I mean, there was one you never went. There was never more than a few minutes without with the bus not being there. Sometimes there were two, sometimes three, sometimes four. And they were very loud. They often left their motors running, and their motors were really loud. They would honk their horns. They would play, really loud music, like nightclub volume music at 5:30 in the morning. There were also mechanics right beside the bus base who also played loud music. They were drunk. I don't know if they were drunk every day. They drank beer constantly. I always watched them go to the store across the street, which was beside my house, and come back with these big kawamas, which are giant beers. I remember I saw one of them, this was a couple of years ago, passed out drunk on the sidewalk, just drunk out of his mind, face up on the sidewalk. Face down would have been better for this guy, believe me. And then because my, the front of my house was open, so my dogs could see everything, and there were. It was a mostly residential area, but people would walk their dogs, and because my dogs could see everything, they would bark at everything. Now, because my dogs, as I showed, because my dogs are enclosed, they don't see anything. They don't have the stimulation, so I think I've lived here a week and a half, almost. No, how long now? 12 days. I think they've barked, and I think only one of them has barked. The other one hasn't barked at all. The mother, I think they've barked. Guy has barked like 5 times, and very, very, very briefly, not like a barking attack. You know what? Another thing that was across the street from me it was like a boxing gym or something. I think they did like jiu-jitsu and boxing and things like that. And they always played loud music. But man, I heard Scorpions, Pantera. Luckily, that was only at night. That was usually between, I think, like 8 and 9. But yeah, it was very loud in that neighborhood. Very, very quiet here. And a huge, massive difference. People here are, and I live like in Mexico, so it's called a fraccionamiento, which means in order to enter the neighborhood, there's like a gate. You have to show ID. Not if you live here. If you're a visitor, you have to show ID, and they let you in the gate. And which is not as elegant or as probably as nice as it might sound, because those things can be, there are some that are horrible, some that are very expensive. But everybody in my little gated community here is exceedingly friendly. Everybody says hello to me, introduce themselves. My other neighborhood, man, people were, I don't know if I talked about this too much. People would yell at me. That guy, I think I didn't talk about this. The guy that was throwing rocks at me and my dogs about a month ago, like whipping rocks. He whipped like 4 or 5 or 6 rocks at me because my dogs were barking. And I mean rocks, not little pebbles, rocks like the size of bigger than a golf ball. Yeah, I don't know what it is. And that was a nice neighborhood. That people around there, I'm sure, had much more money than the people around here. People around here are much, much nicer. And it's very quiet. This is the first time I've heard music. And I can hear it, but it's not loud, which I don't mind. If it gets in the way of my listening or speaking, or if I have to turn the volume up for something, I don't like that. But just hearing the music by itself doesn't bother me. No, I don't like Creature of the Night. If I had A doorbell? I wouldn't play Creatures of the Night. I've never had a doorbell. Expos hat. I have a couple of Expos hat. I have that one. There are two other ones somewhere in there. That was one that I had when I think I lived in Canada when I had that. I don't know. No, I got that in Mexico. Yeah, 3 Expos hats. And I've been to three ball games this year, Kirk. I'm trying to do something here. No. Where did I see recently? A bunch of people were calling me Dexter. Where was that? Like seriously, like a lot of people, maybe close to 10. I was in there's a Facebook group called the Dull Men's Club, and I posted something in there. And was it in there? Yeah, it was. And yeah, like 10 people said that I look like Dexter. I don't know, my neighbors liked it, or I don't know if anybody knows, but I came walking in with 3 electric guitars. I don't know if that caught the neighbor's eye. Oh yeah, what was that? What is that? Puddle's Piddle Party. You made a comment about that the other day, Kirk, and I don't know who that is. It sounds like is that like a? I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna take advantage of Google since we have the internet in Mexico. Let me see. Puddle's Piddle Party. That's kind of hard to say. Puddle's Piddle Party. Okay. Puddle's Piddle Party does a War Pigs Black Sabbath cover. Is it? It's a clown. It looks like Folsom Prison Blues and Pinball Wizard. Is this like what was that clown's name on David Letterman's show in the 90s or the early 2000s? Puddle's Piddle Party on America's Got Talent 2016 was I still don't really know how it is. I see it's a clown. It looks like the clown from Seinfeld. Pagliacci, the sad clown. So I still don't know who it is. It's a parody. Oh, he does parodies of these songs. All right, but who is it? He's just some guy pretending to be a clown. I guess if you pretend to be a clown, you are a clown. No. Okay, it says Puddle started in 1998. All right. I'll have to read this later, or not. I won't read while I have guests. And what was it? What was it about me, Kirk, that made you make the comment that if I was secretly Puddles the clown? Oh, Black Sabbath cover. Oh, that was the cover of War Pigs. And anybody know Max Sabbath? I guess everybody knows that, right? Max Sabbath. Oh, there's cats fighting outside. Max Sabbath, the cup. They do Black Sabbath songs, but they're dressed as all the McDonald's characters: Hamburglar, Grimace, Mayor McCheese. a minute. Let me try to do something here. Excuse me. All right. Booyaka, hello. I don't know who Booyaka is, but welcome all the same. Oh, Booyaka is a Puddles fan. Yes, that's right. I am Frying Pan. Was I am Iron Man? Was I am Frying Pan? Yeah, and I should say also, yeah, their lyrics were and maybe Booyaka was talking about Max Sabbath was incredible interpretations of songs, not Puddles. Yeah, and all the lyrics, and I don't know how many songs they had, but they were like fast food themed lyrics, but set to the melody of the Black Sabbath songs. This guy's playing Tiger Army. I hear Tiger Army outside. That's impressive. Wow. I'm shocked that I hear Tiger Army outside my house. Wow. Oh, he's a cool neighbor. Yeah, I would imagine they are, but I haven't heard. I mean, I haven't seen them. I guess everything is Ozzy since he died, but I haven't seen any more than I normally would. Although I have been watching a lot of Ozzy stuff, and it hasn't come up. Yeah, my feed is mostly Ozzy. Okay, so Buyaka was talking about Puddles Piddle Party, for their interpretations, not parodies, not Max Sabbath. Okay. Oh yeah, and Mike, are you still there? Mike Pratt, Mike. You asked for a hint earlier about what Kiss album. Um, it's not. I don't know how much of a hint this is. It's not a studio album. The Kiss episode that I did today, and it might look funky. I had to. I had to obviously make a new setup for it today. I mean, for my new house, and I might have to tinker with that. You're talking about God Bless Ozzy Osbourne, Rat Rock. If anybody can hear that dog barking, that is not my dog. I watched that God Bless Ozzy Osbourne. I watched that, I guess, whenever it came out, sometime around there. I watched it. I should watch it again. I kind of forgot about that. Not my dog. Well, there are a lot. I will name some of them. Kiss Alive, Kiss Alive 2, Kiss Alive 3, Kiss Alive 4. I don't know. The Kiss Millennium concert live, the Kiss Symphony concert, Kiss Classics, Kiss Killer, Double Platinum, Smashes, Thrashes, Hits, Greatest Kiss, You Wanted the Best, You Got the Best. There are a lot. Best of the solo albums. Kiss Gold. And what about? I'll try to jumpstart this. What about everybody's summer? Did anybody travel anywhere? I didn't. Summer to me doesn't mean anything anymore. It hasn't. Summer to me hasn't meant anything for a long time. But I know it's. I haven't forgotten what it's like for most people. Anybody travel anywhere in the summer? Interesting or not interesting? Yeah, I did Killers. Yeah, maybe 6 or 7 weeks ago. Yep. Kirk is still in San Diego. Kirk. I forgot. There's somewhere up here. Oh, look at that. Look what's lurking, Kirk. Look at that. And I got this one at the Diablos Rojos game when I was there, when it got rained out like a month ago. But there's my Padres hat. I got that in San Diego. That is my dog. Just when I was saying he doesn't bark. Let me mute and yell to him to stop barking. All right. Yeah, that's I don't know if that was their original logo. I feel like it is. It's the one I remember from as a kid from the 70s. Remember when the Padres had pinstripes in the what was that, in the late 90s? Terrible. Seattle, Oahu. Never heard of Oahu. Where is that? Is that in sounds like it's in Russia. New York, Connecticut, Judas Priest. I don't know what Castle Rat is. Where do you live, Buyaka? And by the way, I know Oahu is in Hawaii. Where do you live? Oh yeah, that Judas Priest, Alice Cooper Corrosion tour caused the cancellation of Corrosion in Mexico. That was booked to come here in late September or something. And then they got this tour with Judas Priest and Alice Cooper. And now COC is coming here in January instead. I think January 10th. I guess, well, he's barking at the other dog. Barking. That's the neighbor, the guy who's playing Tiger Army. That's his dog. It's barking. I don't know what's wrong with it, but when I moved in, it had the cone around it. Buyaka, you live in Hawaii. Oh, very. We've got our farthest person away here. The last time zone in the world, I believe Hawaii is, right? Dallas went to Vancouver Island. Yes, I remember. Dallas is going to, I guess it doesn't hurt that I say he's going to Japan again. What time is it, Buyaka? What time is it in Hawaii right now? So it's 6:44 in California. Is Hawaii 2 or 3 hours behind California? And I know I could Google this, but I'm trying to be engaging. Is it 3:44 in Hawaii? Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, 3 hours behind California, which is 4 hours behind me. And does Hawaii doesn't have daylight savings time, I can't imagine, right? Hawaii never changes their clocks. Yeah, Dallas, Tokyo. Yeah, no clocks changing in Hawaii. That's what I thought. Yeah, Mexico stopped changing the clocks. I think this is the 3rd year that we haven't done it. That's why it's dark at 7:46. I know in Toronto, where I'm from, there's probably still another hour of light left. Sun's probably going down now, but no, it gets dark here at 7:15 maybe. Hawaii and Arizona. I know parts of Indiana also don't observe daylight savings time. And somewhere else, maybe. Yeah, it's weird that only parts of Indiana. Yeah, no clock change in Saskatchewan either. Oh, and I should, well, I can tell this story. I guess this is news to everybody, but new news to Dallas, because Dallas has known about this for months. My next trip was going to be to China. Because my brother told me in April, my brother's in Toronto, and he told me in April that he got a job offer to go work and live in Shenzhen, China. Because at that point, I was thinking about where I was going to go in 2026. And I was telling him about that. And he said, hey, I'm moving to Shenzhen, China, it looks like in August this month. Now, this was in like April. So he said, because I haven't seen my brother for like 6 years. And by the time this happens, if it happens next year, it'll be 7 years. And so he was waiting for confirmation that he was going to take this job or not in August. And he texted me 2 weeks ago, and he had just signed. Well, we talked on the phone, video chat, my brother and I. Shenzhen, China's on now. What I was going to do, and we'd already kind of not really made plans, but preliminary plans anyway. It was very, very expensive to fly to Shenzhen, like I couldn't have done it. It was far too expensive. Guangzhou, which is close to Shenzhen. These are both massive cities, like 15, 20 million people. Was also very expensive. Hong Kong is nearby. Hong Kong is like 40 minutes away. Hong Kong was much cheaper. So the plan became I was going to fly. This probably would have been in February next year. I was going to fly to Hong Kong, stay in Hong Kong for a day or two, meet my brother, stay at his place in Shenzhen. We were going to go to Macau and Shenzhen and Guangzhou. But he told me a couple of weeks ago that he didn't take that job. He said the money was not good enough for him, so he got another one instead in Beijing, China. And he's moving there, he said, before Labor Day. So in the next, I guess, couple of weeks, he's moving to Beijing, China, which on the one hand, Shenzhen, I would love to go to China, and I would love to see my brother, because it's been, like I said, 6 years, almost 7 years, going on 7 years that I haven't seen him. And I would have gone anywhere. But as a city, Shenzhen is not too appealing. When you think of China and, from the time you're a kid, you imagine what it's like and how it is. And Shenzhen is a very, very modern city. It didn't even exist like 30 years ago. It pretty much grew from a village now to like 20 million people. So everything is very, very modern and new, and there's not really any culture there. But I would have gone, but as just as a city, Beijing is much, much more appealing. Beijing is the capital. It's very ancient. It's also old. And the Great Wall of China runs through it or around there. So it looks like I'll be going to Beijing next year. Still too early to see them. And I can't buy my ticket now. It's impossible. This move cost me a fortune. I'm deep in the hole. Did I put everybody to sleep with my tales? Yeah, China, at least at this point, China would not have been my first trip. If not for my brother, I wouldn't be going to China. But also, if my brother moved to France, I don't think I would visit him in France. I had no desire to go to France. But yeah, this is a perfect combination of visiting my brother and going to a pretty cool country. Shenanigans, the word shenanigans reminds me of Shawinigan. And I'm sure Dallas is the only person who remembers this. Dallas, do you remember the Shawinigan handshake? Which, if you're not from Canada, that probably sounds extremely funny. Shawinigan handshake. 1995, I think it was. And I will get to your question, Dallas, as soon as you acknowledge the Shawinigan handshake. You don't know the Shawinigan handshake? Okay, well, I thought you'd know it for sure. Canada had a prime minister called Jean Chrétien. He was French. He talked like this. And I'm sure Dallas knows that. And at some point, like I said, 95, 96, whenever it was, he was at some public event. I remember it was outdoors, and I think it was in the winter. I think it was cold. And he was walking, and a guy came up to him. The guy was very overzealous, and this is the kind of thing that I guess shouldn't happen. He shouldn't get this close. He tried to kind of not attack the Prime Minister Jean Chrétien, but to physically touch him. And Jean Chrétien, the Prime Minister of Canada, choked him. He choked him. The Prime Minister choked this guy, really, like with his face angry, like he was choking the guy. And they called it the Shawinigan handshake because he was from Shawinigan, Quebec. Small, very small town in Quebec. That's the Shawinigan handshake, choking a guy. It's pretty funny. Google it, or you can watch the video on YouTube. Don't leave me to watch the Shawinigan handshake, though. Do it after me. Yeah, it was obviously big news at the time. If it happened now, this would be the end of the world. Yeah, I love that Shawinigan handshake. Went to India. This is a kind of an ongoing thing between Dallas and I. Man, India looks fucking horrible. Let me tell a story. When I was a kid, when I was 10, maybe 11 or 12 years old, I had a paper route, or Americans say paper route. That is to say, I used to deliver newspapers, Toronto Star newspaper. So they would deliver the newspapers to me every day and a list of the customers that I had to have. Sometimes on Monday, I would have 20, 21 customers. On Wednesday, because there were inserts, which is the flyers, and everybody wanted the coupons and see what the sales were. Maybe I'd have, 27 customers. On Saturdays and Sundays, you'd have 38 customers. And they would give you however many papers you need every day. And a lot of my customers, because I lived in Canada, were from India and Indian adjacent countries, which I guess is Bangladesh, as Dallas is mentioning, and Pakistan, I guess. And so when I used to go collect, it was called collecting. My mother would say, you have to collect this weekend. And that was you go around like every 2 weeks, and you had to collect the money from the people who you delivered newspapers to. And, it was Canada, so it was cold in the winter and the summer. And so my customers would invite me inside while they went to get the money. They would say, oh, come in so you don't freeze. Or if they were from India, they would say, please come inside my house so you do not get too cold. It is very cold in your country. My country is very, very hot. And so I would go wait in their house. And I was almost vomiting from the smell of the shit that they were cooking in these houses. And this is like in the early 80s. And I just thought it was just the worst fucking, makes your eyes water, just horrible. Just that pungent stench. And I think that's a band, pungent stench. Let me get to this because I'll talk about that. I will get to you, Robbie. Let me finish this incredibly exhilarating story. So and also I had friends who were Indian, and and they a lot of them smelled bad. I guess because what they say is because they eat so much of this. I guess it's curry or other spices. It starts to come out of their pores, the pores of their skin. So even though they shower and they're clean, sometimes you could still smell it. And I was just, I was young and stupid and closed-minded. I always thought, fucking Indian food is just disgusting. It's the worst thing anybody could ever eat. Why would anybody eat that crap? And So I went to visit a friend of mine who lives in Phoenix, Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona. I've been there a few times to visit him. And the first time I was there was in 2018. And my first day there, we went hiking. And after we hiked, he said, let's go eat. You want to have lunch? I said, yeah, and then I'm starving. So he said, do you like Indian food? He said, there's a great Indian vegetarian or vegan. And he knows I'm not vegetarian, but he is. And I don't care. I'm not vegetarian, but I don't need meat. I can eat. And I do sometimes eat, go days without eating meat. But I thought, fuck, Indian food, man. I've avoided Indian food at that point. It was like for 40 years because of this trauma that I endured. I had PTSD from Indian smells. And so I went to this Indian restaurant, fucking loved it. I thought, man, Indian food is awesome. And I took away all my bad thoughts that I had about these Indian people for 40 years. And I've eaten Indian food, not too many times since then because there's none around me. But I love Indian food now. So for pretty much all my life, I thought India would be the last country that I would ever want to go to. And then maybe about 10 years ago, I started to think, no, man, India, no. Even more recently, when I went to Vietnam in 2023, I bought my ticket in 2022. And India was one of the places I was considering. I was considering at that time, Vietnam, India, and Thailand. And I went to Vietnam and I went to Thailand this year. And I haven't been to India. So I was thinking, man, India would be cool. Because I kind of like places that are a little bit different. I don't want to go to France or Spain or Dubai or I don't know, something like that. And so I thought, man, India actually looks pretty cool. And then in recent, I don't know, maybe in the last year or so, I'm as anti-India as you can be as I was for all those years. What a horrible, horrible looking place. I'm sure now there are parts of Mexico that are horrible too, and parts of the United States. But man, and I know India is a huge country, but oh my God, it just looks like it looks like a place where nobody should live. It looks like uninhabitable. Yeah, but then I'm also thinking, maybe I would really like something, but I think it would drive me nuts. I would be in a bad mood the whole time. But I said to Dallas last week or something, I said, if you go to India, you might love it or you might hate it, but you definitely come back with some stories to tell. You would see some shit. Yeah, so I don't think I'll be going to India in the next couple of years anyway. Mike tried Indian food for the first time last week. Yeah, it's really good. And Dallas is saying Indian food in Canada rules. Yeah, I guess this, Western Indian food, as I said, there's a couple of places in Mexico City that I've been, I've loved it. Really, really good. All right, so Robbie Perry. Hello, Robbie. He's going to be in Mexico City in October. I think you had mentioned that to me some time ago, right? You asked for some El Chopo requests. I think that was you, right? I think I'm going to Cuernavaca for an overnight sightseeing adventure. Do I take the bus into the city? He's staying near Tacubaya Station. I assume not Tacuba Station, but Tacubaya. I know Tacubaya. That's I think that's the deepest metro station in the whole system, or second deep. It's you go downstairs and then down and down and down. It's like 90 meters underground. Oh well, I hope you do. Yeah, that would be cool. And yes, I do. What is that? I do take the bus there. I was there last, if you saw, or if anybody saw the 2 videos that I took of this concert that I went to on Saturday night, the Rising Sun. Sometimes I drive, sometimes I take the bus. It depends on several factors. Bus is easy. Ask Dallas. Dallas is here. Dallas might be able to, well, I guess why would Dallas type when I could speak? But Dallas has made that trip. He came to visit. He's come to visit. No, he's come to Cuernavaca once, a couple of years ago. And then we met in Mexico City last year. Yeah, very, very easy. You take the metro from Tacubaya, which is on the orange line. I think that's where the orange line, it's just one metro, one it's a long trip, but you don't have to change lines. It's where the red line meets the blue line. Let me show you here, Robbie. No, sorry, you do have to. Oh yeah, so here's Tacubaya here. It meets these 3 points. So you need to go to the blue line. So you would take this dark brown line to Chalacano, and then south to Tasqueña, which is here. And then you get the bus to Cuernavaca from there. Actually, all buses south of Mexico City leave from Tasqueña. It's very simple. And I always love taking that. In some ways, I would say in most ways, I prefer taking the bus over driving because I always have awesome naps. I never nap, but man, I have awesome naps on that bus ride. Yeah, so I took it last weekend. It's 190 pesos, which is around, I think these days that's around $10 US one way. Ali Rose from McAllen, Texas is in the house. People still say in the house. That's like an Arsenio Hall 1989 thing, no? In the house. Welcome, Ali. Run. Dallas says, yeah, you can also take it directly from the airport if you're coming directly from the airport, which I assume you're not. It's double the price from the airport, even though the airport is just a few kilometers away from Tasqueña bus station, bus terminal. It's double the price because I guess they figure if you're at the airport, you can afford to pay more. Yeah, the southern bus station that Dallas is talking about is Tasqueña, the one that I just mentioned. The sandwich stand, yeah, amongst the best tortas that I've had. There's one there. Actually, there are a lot there. Tasqueña is awesome for food. Really, really good. That Tasqueña is the bus terminal. Awesome food and very, very cheap. Oh, I would love to do that. I'm always happy to go to El Chopo with anybody, especially newcomers, people who haven't been before. I hope you do, and you can come back to Cuernavaca. Yeah, take an overnight trip or something. It's cool to see another, something outside of Mexico City. And thank you for the well wishes. What else? Name this song. I'm going to whistle. Next time I go through Tasqueña, I should do a dedicated sandwich video on how to find the stand. Yeah, I could do a whole video just in that. You probably remember, Dallas. That's called the Tianguis in Mexico, which there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, like street markets. That's a good one. I had, when I was there last week to go for the concert, I stopped there on the way into the city. And I had one single taco de carnitas. And if you can believe it, I took a picture of it. Where is it? Here it is. Taco de carnitas. No, Passage to Bangkok. I don't even like Rush, but I do know that they have a song called Passage to Bangkok, which I think is instrumental. Oh no! And by the way, that's not what I was whistling, Kirk. I just remembered. I asked. I was testing you people. Oh, you're here for a long time. Oh, Mexico City for a month. Oh, people are going to hate you so much. And where else? Let me guess. If you're here for 2 months, that could be anywhere. Yucatan. Yucatan is my favorite part of the country. Chiapas, Oaxaca, Guadalajara, San Luis Potosí. Where else are you going, Robbie? Yes, turning Japanese. Yes. Bonus points, Dallas, if you know who sings it. Don't Google it. I'll know if you cheat. Robbie's going to Oaxaca and Jalisco. I've been to Oaxaca once. Fucking loved it. I've been to Jalisco, I think twice. Well, to Guadalajara. Didn't spend too much time there. It was fun. Oaxaca, I think, is much more interesting. Much more interesting. And I think Oaxaca is the second poorest country in the country. I think Chiapas is the poorest. Oaxaca is too. For me, that's very appealing. That's not meant to be a dissuasion. That's meant to be a persuasion. Oaxaca is awesome. Ah, okay. So you've been to Jalisco before. All right. No need to justify it. I was just curious. Good food in Oaxaca. Tortas ahogadas in Jalisco. Yeah, Guanajuato is nice too. And where are you from, Robbie? Are you from Seattle? Why do I think Seattle? Maybe because you're wearing a hoodie in your picture. It looks like Northwest attire. 12. Right. So you're a veteran. You're a Mexican veteran. That's almost as many as me. I think I've been to like 15 in 19 years. Hello, Chris. Welcome. I've been to Acapulco many times. Yeah, it's I guess, well, the whole state. Acapulco is in a state called Guerrero, which is the state south of me. It takes about an hour for me to drive to that state. The travel advisory is for the whole state. There's a lot of shit going on. There has been for years and years and years. I know I've been to Acapulco. I've had a great time. My state at some point, the state where I live, was considered the most dangerous state in the country too. I think around 2009 or something. It rotates. Everybody gets a chance to be the most dangerous state for some period of time, except Yucatan, which is quite safe. Yeah, Acapulco. It's. I think if you traveled there, Acapulco is kind of an old-fashioned place. I feel like it's the kind of place. I remember a friend of mine in Canada, in 91 or 92, he went to Acapulco. Before Cancun kind of started to become a place in the mid or late 90s, people used to go to Acapulco. And I feel like now it's probably more Mexicans that go there rather than foreigners. I mean, for me, being a Canadian living 280 kilometers from Acapulco, it's pretty cool to think that I can drive to a hot tropical, Mexican beach in 3 hours. It's pretty cool. It's definitely cool. But I feel like it would be disappointing. I don't know. Depends what you like. I feel like for some people that like, beaches, maybe it would be disappointing. But there's a place near Acapulco called Pie de la Cuesta that I went there once on my on one of my trips to Acapulco. Loved it there. Incredibly dangerous water there. You can't go swimming there. It's just like deadly riptide. And crocodiles too. And the water in Acapulco and the beach, the ocean water is probably the warmest. No, I think it is for sure. The warmest ocean water that I've ever swam in was in Acapulco. And it's hot, very hot in Acapulco. Oh, Robbie lives in Washington. All right. I was kind of on the right track. All right. Lives in Washington, but from Oklahoma. Why? You're talking about Washington State, not Washington, D.C., right? You're not under Trump's command in D.C., if that's still happening. I don't know what happened with that. Oh, Cabo has incredibly dangerous water too. I think every year there's people who get swept away and drown around there. Cabo is a very American, very California place to go, I think. I should say Acapulco is much more representative of real Mexico than Cancun or Cabo. Cabo and Cancun are for, rich Americans. I mean, there's a lot of money in Acapulco too, but Acapulco definitely feels more Mexican. Yeah, what's that place called? It was called Imperial, I think, Taco Imperial. Yeah, it's a Slayer themed taqueria. Yeah, with black meat. The meat is black. Uh, oh, cool. Oh, pretty cool. I guess this is a busy time of year for you, summer. I've been to Cancun proper once in 2004, so that was a long time ago. Loved it, had a good time, but I had very different tastes and yeah, different tastes and different lifestyle back then. I loved it. Yeah, it's not very appealing to me now. You know what? My friend Eric that I go hiking with, he went to a mutual friend of ours got married at the beginning of June, and my hiking friend Eric went to Cancun and Tulum, which is nearby. A taxi from the airport in Cancun to the hotel was 1,500 pesos, which is that's like $80. That should be like $20. $20 would be expensive. This was like $80. Um, and in Tulum, he went to there's an all you can eat taco place. It was 1,350 pesos for tacos, which is around $70. Or you could get an order of tacos for I think 40, like an order of 3 tacos is like 400 pesos, like 21, $22. Stupid prices in that part of the country. Horrible. Uh the Love Boat. Na, 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 na. Gavin McLeod. He was Murray. Murray was the captain. And who else? Doc, the guy with the glasses. Well, that guy's name was Ted. The actor was Ted something. Uh, Gopher was a character on the Love Boat. Who else? What was that? What was the girl's name? Lori? I don't know. Yeah, Elvis had he had the movie. What was that movie called? Acapulco Blue? I can't remember, but yeah, Elvis did a movie in Acapulco. The Love Boat making another round, something like that. Julie, yeah, Julie, that's right. Yes, yeah, I used to watch The Love Boat and similar shows. Dukes of Hazard, uh, Fantasy Island. I remember, but I don't remember. I remember it. Don't I remember watching it? Dukes of Hazard, Knight Rider. Maybe Knight Rider's a little bit later than Love Boat. Oh, what was the black guy's name? Isaac. The actor's name was no. The character's name was Isaac, right? I never watched Magnum PI. No, I saw a few episodes, but no, I was not a really big Magnum PI fan. A Team. I love the A Team. In the, I guess that was the early '80s. A Team was the best. Um, Julie was a cocaine addict in real life. Yeah, for some reason, I'm not surprised. Also, who else was like that? Dana Plato from Facts of Life. No, from Different Strokes. Was like a crackhead or something. She died years ago, 20, 30 years, 25 years ago. I don't know. Yeah, me too. Fortunately, I don't think it's taking up space for important stuff. Gopher was a congressman. Really? I assume you're talking about the actor. He was the kind of nerdy guy, right? He had like black hair. He was kind of a skinny, nerdy kind of guy. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, for New Jersey, huh? The Love Boat soon will be making another run. Am I singing the right words? Let me check that. Love Boat theme lyrics. Oh yeah, I got it right. Yeah, Love Boat soon will be making another run. The Love Boat promises something for everyone. The first verse. Yeah, love, exciting and new. I can't remember the melody. Come aboard, we're expecting you. I think that's how it was. Love, life's sweetest reward. Let it flow, it floats back to you. Isn't that something? Cooter. The guy's name was Cooter. I had no idea about when I was a kid, Dukes of Hazzard. I had no idea about rednecks or rebel flags or anything like that. I just thought it was a cool show. Boss Hog, Roscoe Pico Train. Remember that guy laughing? And who's the deputy? The really dumb. They're all dumb. Who was the? Oh, Cooter was a mechanic. He was the ally of the Duke boys. Enos was the guy's name. Enos was the deputy. Man, I never liked WKRP. I think I've probably seen 3 episodes of that. Lonnie Anderson died maybe 2 weeks ago. I saw. Enos the penis. Yes. Yeah, it was Enos, Roscoe, Boss Hog. They got thwarted every week by those Duke boys. They were like the Coyote, and the Duke boys were Roadrunner. Never liked WKRP. Again, I remember all the guys. There was Johnny Fever, Les Nessman. Maybe I don't remember. Who else was there? Gary, was that the guy with the feathered hair, pierced, parted down the middle? Thank you, Bianca. Thank you for the words. And as we say in Mexico when somebody's eating, provecho. Enjoy your dinner. Thank you. What else about WKRP? Venus Flytrap. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. Tim something was the actor's name. Andy was the guy I was thinking of. Gary something was the actor. Andy was the character. Megadeth's final tour. I used to. Should I say I used to love Megadeth? Megadeth was never one of my favorites. I used to love them, but for me, of the big 4, Megadeth was always number 4. Although I was a big fan, I haven't paid attention to Megadeth since the probably early 90s. They play here all the time. I've lived here 19 years. I think they've probably played here a couple of times. They played like 2 or 3 nights. They're huge here. They will play here for sure. It's their final tour and their final album. I think they'll do a Slayer thing. They'll come up every once in a while and play festivals or something. But no, it's not the end for Megadeth. They're too young. Who knows? Mr. Carlson. How could I forget Mr. Carlson? Everybody probably remembers his turn on Different Strokes, where he was the molester guy. Oh yeah, Herb Tarlick. Remember Mr. Carlson? What was that guy's name? And he played the molester that seduced Arnold and what was Arnold's friend's name? Dudley. He owned the bike shop, remember? I think I remember that Kiss poster. I think that was maybe how it caught my attention. I mean, how that show caught my attention. Yeah, that's a good point. Nobody is a huge Megadeth fan. It's like popcorn. People like popcorn, but nobody's going to say popcorn is my favorite food. Yeah, Megadeth is popcorn. They have a lot of fans, but I feel like nobody loves Megadeth the way that they love Metallica or Slayer or even Ghost or I don't know, some of these new bands. Yeah, I'm sure they're out there, but you're right. That's a astute observation. Yeah, Chester the Molester. Yeah, that was probably his most known thing that he did. That guy. What was that guy's name? Gordon something. Oh, he was on Seinfeld too. He had at least one episode on Seinfeld. Whatever one came out last of those two, Countdown to Extinction and Symphony of Destruction, was not an album. It was just a song, right? Euthanasia was the last Megadeth album I bought. Couldn't tell you one song from it. I didn't like it at all. Never bought another one after that. Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I live here and I don't even know how to know what's happening in Mexico City. And as I said in a video that I did a couple of months ago, I think there's more cancellations than shows that go on as planned. Yeah, there's in October. I don't know. That's just 2 months away. I'm sure they're. God, I see things all the time, but I can't remember them now. Oh well. The Love Boat soon will be making another run. The Love Boat. Da, 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 you weigh a ton. And by the way, Robbie, is there anything? Oh no, Robbie, is he still here? He said he was going to eat his dinner or make his dinner. Oh no, that was Buyaka that was going to eat. Oh, for Robbie, if you're still here, is there anything in particular you're looking for or at El Chopa? I can't remember what it was you had asked me to find. Was it thrash metal stuff? I can't remember. Ah, look who's here! The Long Gone Loser Rock Show, the longest YouTube channel name in the history of YouTube. This is my friend Damien from Melbourne, Australia. I think it's Christmas in Australia now. Oh yeah, you want to see things in Spanish? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I showed you a bunch of those T-shirts. Yep, yeah, I remember now. Damien, you missed some Love Boat theme song discussion and singing. I don't know if you knew about that show in Australia, the Love Boat. Euthanasia was that was the one. Was that the one the woman was hanging the babies on the clothesline with the clothespins? That was At Tout Le Monde was the single, or Hello Me, Meet the Real Me. What song? What was the name of that song? One or both of those was on Euthanasia. What's that Megadeth song that I just said? What's that called? It's not called The Real Me. That's the Who. Sweating Bullets. Yes, Sweating Bullets. I think Sweating Bullets was on Euthanasia. Yeah, and At Tout Le Monde. Terrible. Shit. Almost Peter Criss 1978 solo album level crap was At Tout Le Monde. Sweating Bullets. Yes. At Tout Le Monde. Da, 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 da. Ha! Peter Criss slander never gets old. Poor Peter. He's like 80. What is he now? 81? He was born in 45? 44? 45. Now oh man, you know what? Kiss, I know all their birthdays. Peter Chris's birthday, is it December 20th? I know Paul Stanley is January 20th. Gene is August. Gene's is coming up. Is it today? Tomorrow. August 25th is Gene. Ace is April 20th. Why do I think they're all on the 20th of a month? Paul Stanley is January 20th. I forgot about that. We talked about that. I don't know if that was in the last live stream that I did or the one before that. The news had just come out that he had just finished it. I think he was working with John 5. Totally forgot about that. What is Aldi? I get all these, things in my feed on social media for Aldi. Obviously, it's a supermarket. Is it an Australian supermarket? Why am I getting stuff for Australian supermarkets in my social media feed? I assume you're talking about new records, right? Oh, Stutter and Jerry. I never heard of it until these last few months, and I just can't get away from people talking about Aldi, and people seem to love it. And of your list there, Damien, Pearl Jam, Green Day, U2, Faith No More, Ramones, and Led Zeppelin. I almost bought Led Zeppelin 4 a couple of days ago. I can't justify it. I spent a ton of money moving. I had to pay 2 months rent, and my rent is more expensive, 18% more than my other house. And I had to pay 2 months for it. I had to pay for the moving truck. I had to pay for the contract. I don't know why I have to pay for that, but I did. And the Led Zeppelin record, Led Zeppelin 4 new, with shipping was going to be around less than $30, $28, something like that. I thought that was okay. I would like that. Faith No More, The Real Thing. That's on my list of albums there are a lot of albums that if I see them and they were a fair price, I'd buy that. But the ones that I want are, let me write this. Faith No More, The Real Thing. And I've never seen it used. The Real Thing is what I want. I want, what else do I want? Anthrax, Among the Living. Oh my God, I gotta have Among the Living. I've never seen either of those used. Neither. At any price. That's another one that I really want. I also really want Ozzy, Speak of the Devil. I have seen that at that. I don't think I did a video of it. There's a Beatles store or like museum in Mexico City, and they sell some records there too, non-Beatles. And I saw Speak of the Devil there 2 years ago, maybe, but it was like $80 US, $70, way more than I would be willing to spend for used, obviously. Yeah, those are three that I really would love to find. Okay. I saw that tour. Did I see it twice? I saw it in 89 and I think again in 90. Oh, I would love it. That's a top 10 of all time record for me. I love The Real Thing. I don't know why you can't find it. Maybe because people, I guess the records that you see lots of are ones that sold millions of copies, or ones like Peter Chris's 1978 solo album that sucks and nobody wants to keep it. So you see it everywhere. Oh, and I would like Sonic Boom, although I know Sonic Boom is almost impossible to get on vinyl. Ha, 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 ha. Peter is such an easy target. Oh, you know what I can show to keep this party going? Look what I've come across in recent days. Some of you may know how much I love Pringles, and I always appreciate finding a new Pringles flavor. So there's that one, loaded potato skins. The overwhelming flavor of this is bacon. It's I mean, in the picture it shows cheese, onion, cream, and bacon. It's like a salty bacon flavor. This is. I got that one, and I got this. And these are cheap too. These are like less than $3 US. These are pretty good. I don't think any of these Pringles flavors taste like what they say they're supposed to be, but some of them are very good. I don't know if this tasted like Chili's cheese fries, but I did like it. And this is the most interesting one. Look at this. How about that? How about that? I think that's called a schmear of cream cheese. A schmear. Haven't opened these yet. When I don't have them here because I ate them a couple days ago. I had hot honey, maybe among the best Pringles I've ever had. Hot honey were amazing. I don't know why I'm talking so much about Pringles. Maybe I should do a video about this. Immediately when you eat it, it tastes sweet, and then after a couple of chews, maybe 3 seconds, you feel the heat. It doesn't taste like honey; it just tastes sweet, and it's surprising. They were surprisingly spicy for a mass-produced snack, and also that it was combined with a sweet flavor. Surprisingly spicy. One of the best Pringles I've ever had. Hot honey. Mike is asking, did I like anything Peter did? Yeah, I mean, with Kiss, although the worst Kiss song by the original lineup, which is questionable, is Dirty Livin'. That song is fucking terrible. And my least favorite song for sure on Rock and Roll Ova is Baby Driver. And no, but I love Hard Luck Woman. I love Black Diamond. I know a lot of people hate it, but I love Hooligan. I love Mainline. Mainline is a fantastic song. I'm not as big on Strange Ways as a lot of people, but it's okay. What else? I guess that's about it. I Finally Found My Way. Garbage. I think that's what it was called on Psycho Circus. What a bad song. Yeah, I could extend that to anything. I want to talk about this blank. I didn't know the Replacements did a cover. Pearl Jam has done it live a couple of times with Ace Frehley. I think both times were at Madison Square. No, once was at Madison Square Garden. Once was at a casino in New Jersey, in Atlantic City in 2005, I think. Yeah, Pearl Jam has done Black Diamond twice. Mike likes Baby Driver. No, it doesn't suck like Dirty Livin', but yeah, I don't think it's okay, but for sure my least favorite on that album. Yeah, they I guess they slowed down the tape or something like that. Yeah, it's unnecessary. I think they, on the version of Black Diamond on Double Platinum, it doesn't have that. I think it just fades out. Go, baby driver. What is it? I can't even remember the words. Keep on driving down that road. No, not good. Yeah, you can find Sonic Boom, but yeah, it's expensive. And I don't know if it was. I think it was also reprinted on like as a bootleg, maybe from Russia or something. Yeah, I've mentioned that in a couple of Kiss videos. I'll never have Sonic Boom. I'll never have it unless if they reissue it or I don't know something. But yeah, I don't really care too much about it. But that's the only Kiss studio album that I don't have. I do remember that one. That was on the Hard to Believe compilation album. I had that with Nirvana and a bunch of bands that most people have never heard of. Yeah, Hard to Believe. The record, as I'm sure you know, is called Hard to Believe. That's one of the most Hard to Believe album is one of the most disappointing things I've ever heard. I was so all these the bootleg Sonic Boom bootleg. I thought you were about the Hard to Believe. Yeah, $30 is fair. I'd pay $30 for it. You come across far, far, far more records in person than I do, Damien. I've never seen it in person. Mm. Um, yeah, that's I guess not surprising that Gene would threaten legal action. Oh yeah, as I was saying, that was very disappointing when I got that album when it came out. I thought all these bands are doing Kiss covers, and didn't like most of them. Also, that the Kiss My Ass was incredibly disappointing too. Which Badlands are you talking about? The third one, Dusk. I love those first two Badlands album. All along, I thought that I liked the first Badlands easily by far more than Voodoo Highway. It was just maybe 2 years ago or something that I realized no, Voodoo Highway I like way, way, way more. I just listened to a couple of songs from that a couple of days ago. Dusk, I do not have. First one, yeah, I know the story with that was that it was part of a settlement for Ray Gillen giving that girl or some girl AIDS or HIV or something, and so part of that was I can't remember. It was something to do with that. Why that record is not available anymore. Nirvana did "Do You Love Me," right? You really like my limousine. You like the way the wheels roll. You like my 7-inch leather heels and going to all of the shows. But I love that song. Yeah, Family Settlement. I knew it was something like that. I don't remember the details. Your backstage pass and black sunglasses make you look just like a queen. Even the fans, they know your name from all of the magazines. But know your face? Do they know her face or your name? Even the fans, they know your face. Know your name. Yeah, they know your name from all of the magazines. I've never seen Dusk. I've had it on my phone for years, but I never got into it. Man, what's that song? The first song? What's the first song on Dusk? Stealer, Soul Stealer. No, no, no. That was on Voodoo Highway. I'm gonna have to check my phone here. Badlands. Oh, it is. Oh, Healer. I thought it was called Stealer. Soul Stealer. Healer. Yeah. Soul Stealer's on Voodoo Highway. Oh, and I also have, if anybody's interested, I have this on my phone as well. Demos and unreleased, which is, look at all these demos and unreleased tracks. You probably can't read that, but it's a bunch of stuff. Some songs were later released in different forms. Let It Bleed, Shakedown, The Last Time, Get Ready, Soul Lives in the Heart, In the Heat, Badland. Soul Lives in the Heart is one song. There's another song called In the Heat. Badland, there's a song, not Badlands, but Badland. Jade Song, which was on the first album. Lord Knows, Reckless Child, Hard Driver, which is on the first one. The Last Time, which is on Voodoo Highway. Rumblin' Train, which is on the first one. Devil Stomp, first one. Seasons, Time Goes By, Want to Live With You. Badlands is awesome. Jake E. Lee is awesome. Kiss fans get angry about a lot of things, I think. They're very defensive, Kiss fans. And I'm a Kiss fan, but I think I'm realistic. Probably every band has fans like that, no? People that are just delusional. Fanboys. Remember on Metal Sludge, I know we've talked about Metal Sludge before. 25 years ago, those people were called Kiss Tards, was what they were named. Is that the record or CD that you see for $60, Damien? Oh, vinyl. Oh, very strange that was on vinyl. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, 89 that came out. Yeah, that was right around the end of vinyl. I got my first CD player for Christmas in 1989, and I never had it on vinyl. That's me. No, that's not true. They have a lot of stuff that I love after Alive too. A lot of stuff. Lick It Up is awesome. Revenge is mostly awesome. I like Unmasked. I know most don't, but I do. The Elder sucks. Hot in the Shade sucks. Crazy Nights really sucks. Asylum is pretty good. Analyze has its moments. Psycho Circus sucks. Carnival of Souls is good. I know Mike doesn't like that. I can't stand people who hate Carnival of Souls. Oh, hello, Oscar, chiming in with Asylum sucks. I can see that. I don't agree, but I can see that people would think that. I like Asylum. I love a couple of songs. Yeah, I can see it's not the best album. I kind of have a sentimental attachment to Asylum because that was the first tour that I saw them on. Carnival of Souls is good, possibly even excellent. I like Carnival of Souls. It's a classic Kiss album in that most of the members of Kiss don't play on it. Bruce Kulick plays bass on just about every song. Yeah, Gene, I think, was largely absent for that album. Yeah, Hot in the Shade sucks. That album sucks. That tour was fucking great. I saw that tour twice. That was when they finally went back to doing the classics. Remember, like from I guess like from 79 to 89, they were mostly doing 80s stuff, with maybe 4 on Asylum tour. They did like Rock and Roll All Night, Detroit Rock City, Love Gun. I think that was it, like from the original lineup. But yeah, and Crazy Nights was the same. And then Hot in the Shade, man, they I think they did Shout It Out Loud, I Stole Your Lunch, Making Love. Yeah, that was a long tour, a long show too. They played like 22 or 23 songs or something. Hot in the Shade was a great tour. I've never heard a note of Slang. Motley Crue 94. I have mixed feelings about that. I love how it sounds. I don't think the songs are that great though. John Corabi, I think, has a great voice. Musically, it was good, but the songs didn't really catch my attention. Actually, I can say Def Leppard Hysteria. That's Peter Criss 1978 solo album level crap. Hysteria is awful. Yeah, well, that was a good one to go to for your first one. That was an excellent tour, as Paul Stanley calls it. Yes, Hysteria is awful. Although maybe not even their worst album. What album has Make Love Like a Man? I almost couldn't even bring myself to say those words. Later, Robbie. Buenas noches. Que tenga buena noche. Hope to see you in October. Yeah, what has Make Love Like a Man? No. And what's the song? Oh, fuck, I can't even sing these lyrics. What's the song that the first words are, when you make love, do you look in the mirror? What's Adrenalize was Make Love Like a Man? Okay. That was after Hysteria, right? Directly after Hysteria. What song was that? When you make love, do you look in the mirror? I can't imagine that's true. Oh yeah, Love Bites. Yeah, awful, garbage. Yeah, that was on Hysteria. That's such a bad song. Judas Priest, Love Bites is a great song. Love Bites, love it. Hate it. Amazing, and I know bands change. That's okay, but it's hard to believe that Def Leppard was once a heavy metal band. Despite what Joe Elliott thinks. I think he's claimed that Def Leppard was never heavy metal. Oh, and speaking of heavy metal, and especially British heavy metal, I guess this happened some time ago, but I think it only became public maybe yesterday. Biff Byford has cancer. Seems he's going to be okay, but it's not nice to hear that somebody has cancer. I don't know that song. I remember the title now that you mention it, but don't remember how it goes at all. Run Riot. Is it gay sounding? Is it really horrible and stupid and shitty and all the other things, like the other songs on that album? Is it ridiculous? Yeah, I never really get into Saxon either. I've never bought a Saxon album in my life. I remember I had tickets to see them in might have been 86, and it was canceled in Toronto. I did see them in Mexico City about 2018, I think. I wanted to see them, but yeah, I was never into Saxon. Oscar bought Kiss Alive and Constrictor at El Chopo. Oh, you got stopped by La Policía. That's Mexico, all right. That sounds like Footloose, the movie. That was what was happening in there. No, I'm sure it's all of those things. And going back to Constrictor, Alice Cooper, I remember that album cover is terrible. Very, very poor. I mean, this is in the what, 1985, 86, 87, around there. You know, the constrictor in his mouth. You could clearly see that it was not a real snake, or not even not a real snake. It was a now they would say AI. It wasn't photoshopped. It was it was put together. Very bad. And I've only ever bought one. No, I bought two Alice Cooper albums in my life. One was Raise Your Fist and Yell, which was pretty good. I remember I love that song Roses on White Lace. And I bought Hey Stupid, which was really bad. That was like the Def Leppard hysteria of Alice Cooper, when everybody wanted to make these really bad. Well, they didn't think they were bad. They thought they were great, making these very soft pop light albums. Hysteria, Hey Stupid, Kiss was making Crazy Nights. Bad. I believe it was, and Raise Your Fist and Yell, I think it was also Kip Winger and Kane Roberts. Ted Nugent was kind of like that at that point. Everybody was adding keyboards, and even Ozzy had Ultimate Sin. You know, everybody had poofy hair and keyboards, and yeah, some of it was good. Judas Priest, oh my God, Turbo, horrible. I assume you're still talking about Kane Roberts, not Kane, the Big Red Machine, the wrestler from WWE. No, never did. I don't even know if I remember. Oh, I remember the cover or the picture or something was he had like a machine gun or something, or was it a machine gun guitar that he had, something like that? Yeah, machine gun guitar. Yeah, I remember that. No, never heard it. Was it as bad as I imagine it was based on his machine gun guitar? I have a feeling Mike liked it. All right. In my mind. What's that song on Raise Your Fist and Yell? Yeah, Roses on White Lace. In my mind. In my mind, blood drops look like roses on white lace. Yeah, that was a pretty good album. Oh, let me show you something, Damien, that I have that I got a long time ago. I got this well over a year ago, and I still haven't done an episode of it. Just a minute, and I will fetch it. Just a second. It's not rare or anything, but it's noteworthy for Damien. No, I can't get it. It would be too difficult to get. But it was Venom, Possessed. Yeah, Desmond Child had his fingers and everything with Aerosmith too. I think I like at the time I liked Possess um, better than anything that came before it, which at that time was Welcome to Hell, Black Metal, and At War with Satan. Uh, yeah, I remember it was long. It was like 13, 14 songs when most albums at that point were 8 or 9 or 10. Too Loud for the Crowd, Fly Trap, Satanicist, Power Drive. What else was on Possessed? But the title track, Possessed. Look at me, Satan's child, born of evil, thus defiled, brought to life through satanic birth, raised in hell to live on earth. That's a great song. Sorry for that outburst. The remix of Possessed was amazing. Too Loud for the Crowd. What was that? Was it Too Loud for the Crowd that had where they spelled the name of the band? V-E. No, that was Stand Up and Be Counted, right? V-E-N-O fucking M. Yeah, that was Stand Up and Be Counted. I knew it was one of these anthemic songs. Oh, Exodus is playing here on the Bonded by Blood 40th anniversary tour. They're doing the entire Bonded by Blood album, which sucks because I love that album and I love Exodus. I would love to go see that show, but I just don't want to. I don't care about Rob Dukes. I'm very upset that Zetra was out of Exodus. Oh my God, Glass Tiger. I would rather listen to Peter Criss 1978 than listen to Glass Tiger. Yeah, what was their big song? Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone. Don't forget. No, that was Simple Minds, wasn't it? God, I couldn't escape Glass Tiger in the mid '80s. What were their shitty songs called? Very very happy sounding. I hated that shit. What was Glass Tiger's big hit? I guess they had a couple. No, not Hey Mike. No, I was saying this is worse than Peter Criss. That's I guess as close as I'll get to complimenting Peter Criss's 1978 solo. Let me Someday, is that Glass Tiger had a song called Someday? That's not the one I was thinking of. How does that go? So no, let me I did. Oh, Don't Forget Me When I'm Gone. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. I thought that was somebody else. Don't forget me when I'm gone. My heart will break. Horrible, horrible, wretched music that is. Someday, I don't remember that. I know it, but I don't remember it. Yeah, that they were on the radio all the time, and same with Gowan, Criminal Mind. What else was it? Criminal Mind and Strange Animal. You're a strange animal. I hated that Canadian garbage. I've talked about that before in some episodes. Canadian music in the 80s was the worst. Loverboy is good by comparison. Saga. I don't know who else. Aldo Nova. Life is just a fantasy. I think we talked about Aldo Nova before in these live streams, in one of them. Tragically hip. That's a good question. If anybody who's here now was here when I talked about India, how I used to feel about India, and then how I changed my mind, then I'm going back. Kind of like that with Tragically Hip. I don't remember the order. I've gone back and forth with them. Overall, I love Tragically Hip now, and I do have Fully Completely. I haven't done the episode yet, but I do have it on vinyl. I got that probably over also a year ago. They have some amazing, amazing, amazing songs. But I just got so sick of Canadian music that I've talked about this before, that they have this, they call it CanCon, Canadian Content Rules, where radio stations had to play 20 or 25% of their programming had to be Canadian music. And so a lot of these bands got overplayed. And for some of them, being overplayed meant getting played, period. And I got so sick of Tragically Hip being foisted upon me. But no, I would say I like, even love Tragically Hip now. Yes. Did you like them, Chris? They're the most important Canadian band ever. It's not Rush, and within Canada, there's not a band that's ever been more popular than Tragically Hip. It's not Rush. Oh, I Mother Earth. Oh man, I Mother Earth. I love their second album, Scenery and Fish. One of my favorite '90s albums. Love it. Tea Party, I never get into. Actually, I like the first three I Mother Earth albums are all amazing. The fourth one, the Quicksilver Meat Dream, I need to revisit that because it took me years and years and years to get into the third one, Blue Green Orange, because they had a new singer. Didn't like it. It was only, I think, since I've lived in Mexico that I've really grown to appreciate Blue Green Orange. But I have to check out Quicksilver Meat Dream. Some Canadian metal was good. Sacrifice, Razor, Exciter. Yeah, but Canadian rock, especially like '80s rock. Uh, uh yeah, he's Mike Smith is the guy's name, Bubbles. Yeah, he's a musician. Slash Puppet. I was a Slash Puppet fan. As a matter of fact, I saw them live a couple of times. Yeah, they were supposed to be the next Skid Row or the next I don't know, whatever. I had their demo. Yeah, I liked the Slash Puppet. Miff was the singer. Pete Dove was the bass player. Franklin Wilde. Who else? Lugar Scadden. Yeah, I like Slash Puppet. Terrible name and terrible logo. Horrible. It looked like and sounded like a Guns N' Roses tribute band. Awful name. Actually, I'm friends with Pete Dove, the bass player. Facebook friends with him. Svengali is one that I'm the opposite of everybody loved their first record, hated the second. I'm the complete opposite. I thought the first record was just very generic Skid Row type, late 80s, early 90s hair metal. Didn't like it. But the second album, I loved it. In Wire was excellent. Yeah, that's pretty accurate what Dallas said. Yeah, Glass Tiger is a perfect example. Gowan. Yeah, it was very uncool, I think, Canadian music. Uh, just a minute. Oh, I didn't miss anything. I was receiving messages. Damien, let me see this. Devin Townsend, never liked him. Viletones, never heard of them. Fucked Up. Tricky Woo, never heard of them. Teenage Head, nah, never got into them. Sacrifice is great. Propagandy, too modern for me. I know them, not familiar enough to say. Razor, I was a huge fan. Strapping Young Lad, don't care. SR71, never cared about them. Chicks Dig It, never heard of them. Billy Talent, don't care. King Khan and Barbecue Show, never heard of them. That's probably not incorrect. Rush, I like Rush, kind of like Tragically Up. I like them more now than I did at the time. I still don't like Getty. I still hate 80s Rush. Most of it is terrible. Why? Was that really loud? Was that? Send me a message, Dallas. Send me a message, and let's hear how loud this is. Paging Dallas. Send me a message. Tell me if this is loud. I usually have my sound off on my phone. Testing. Waiting for Dallas. There's Dallas. Is that loud? I'll turn my sound off, even though I don't get messages very often. Nobody likes me enough to send me messages. How unprofessional. Oh, it's probably because I've got it on the table, the desk beside the laptop, and I think the laptop is absorbing it. Absorbing the sound. How about this song? I've been whistling this song for 35 years. How about this song? Anybody get that? Black Halos, I know. Don't have an opinion. Death from Above 79. Also Matthew Good. He's got an upcoming tour with I Mother Earth, and he's headlining over Matthew Good. No, I think that was canceled. Isn't he really, really sick? He's like completely like near death, isn't he now? Matthew Good. Something happened to him recently, I think. Doughboys were pretty good. Cats always freak out. Matthew Good is coming to town. Who is it that I read recently was like paralyzed, or wasn't it Matthew Good? Maybe it was Matthew Perry who died. No, I thought it was Matthew Good. He had a stroke or something. I'm not sure if I'm right, but I feel I am. Let me check. Oh no, Matthew Good has canceled. This was a month ago, July 14th. Canadian singer Matthew Good has canceled his upcoming tour of the United States to protest Donald Trump's tariffs in his native country. Well, then I guess it wasn't him that I was thinking of, who had some horrible health problems. Oh yeah, he is touring with I Mother Earth, starting on October 26th in Vancouver. Oh, his band. It's not the Black Hearts like Joan Jett or the E Street Band or the Comets. It's called Matthew Good and his band. That's a very Canadian name. Matthew Good. What's his backing band called? Crazy Horse? Nope. The Bad Seeds? Nope. What are they called again? His band. That's very Canadian. I can't tell you one Matthew Good song. I remember hearing him on the radio. I can't remember one. What was? Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking of. Was he? Did he have a stroke or something? Or he was like in really, really, really bad shape. He couldn't walk, couldn't talk, or something. Let me check this. I thought that was somewhat recently. Maybe Dallas says it was a couple of years ago. No, he's younger than me. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, this is what Dallas is talking about. He was canceled. Oh, he was accused of being a serial abuser. He wasn't abusing cereal, Cereal. He was a serial abuser. That he sexually coerced, groomed, emotionally, and mentally abused and manipulated her. Oh, and 12 other women said similar things. I don't know what I'm talking about then. No, nobody could name that song that I was whistling. I hope it wasn't because of my poor whistling. I hope it was because you're just not knowledgeable about good music. One more time. And it's good whistling. No. Now my mouth is dry. I need to literally wet my whistle. I don't have my Palmer's is almost finished. Yes, it was Anthrax. Very good. What song? My whistling comes through. I believe it's a cello. The part that I was whistling was a cello. Well, yeah, these stories are usually true. Whenever there's any kind of accusation, I think they're far, far, far more commonly true than untrue. Matthew Not Good. Maybe they should call him Matthew Bad. Yes, very well done. A combination of Mike Pratt and Damien have come through. Yes, it was Anthrax, Be All End All. I love that song. I whistle that obsessively for years and years and years and years. I just always whistle it. I don't know, it makes me, it calms me, or I know in what kind of situations I whistle it, but I can't explain it. Be all and you'll be the end all. Life can be a real ball. State of mind euphoria. Be all and you'll be the end all. Not another word to what you can do. Fight in your face, you stand up. You know what it means. Is that the same song? Wake up, time to lay down my law, and no one owns you. All the shit they've thrown you. Yeah, that is Be All End All. Now it's dark. Now it's dark and I can't see. Don't you fucking look at me. Now it's dark, mommy. That is a good album. I don't have any Anthrax records. They're one of my favorite and bands I've listened to almost as much as anybody. Don't have any Anthrax records. Vinyl. No, I can't whistle. All right, let's see. I'm just looking. Something caught my eye over here. I'll whistle this one. See if you can name that tune. Anybody? I've seen him do that many times over the years. He's very good like that, taking people's cameras and taking a. Back then, they didn't call it a selfie. It was just taking a picture of yourself, a self-portrait. Yeah, video cameras. Yeah, I like Joey. He's a. Nobody ever really talks about him as a frontman. I think he's a very entertaining frontman. And Anthrax should have a new album any year. Yes. All right, Rat Rock has the artist. What's the song? That's the song there. If you know the lyrics. There, with that slide guitar. Yes, Booyaka is back from dinner, and he, boom, welcomes himself in, ingratiates himself by getting the correct answer to my whistling. Old Man, I love that song. Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Yeah, he seems like I met Joey Belladonna in the anniversary was just a couple of weeks ago. I met him on July 30th, 1987 on the Among the Living tour. I met all of them that day. Got pictures with them, hung out with them they did an in-store and then did a thing at Much Music in the parking lot. I was there. Yeah, I got a picture with Joey. And I'll tell you a funny story about Joey Belladonna. Actually, it's not funny at all. It's very mundane. He was drinking Gatorade. Gatorade used to come in the glass bottles, like the old Snapple. Maybe Snapple still does come in those glass bottles, the kind of stubby bottles. And I remember he was drinking orange Gatorade. Now, I'd never heard, I don't know if I had never heard of Gatorade or I had heard of it, but I had never had it before. I remember Gator gum. I remember before there was Gatorade, there was Gator gum, which I loved. And so I was the biggest Anthrax fan at that time. And so Joey was drinking Gatorade. I thought, I want to buy Gatorade. And I bought my first Gatorade because of Joey Belladonna. I was very disappointed. I thought it was going to be really, really sweet, like Gator gum. And it was I thought it was quite watery. But yeah, Joey Belladonna was my inspiration to first drink Gatorade on July 30th, 1987. Snapple Chains of Plastic. Yeah, I think it's pretty hard to find anything in glass now, right? Except in Mexico, there's some juice brands that have glass bottles. Yes, just is the key word. I think it was last night. No, it was the first night, or maybe 2 nights ago. I remember, Dallas told me the story some years ago, a couple of years ago. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. I don't know, man. Scott Ian used to be one of my favorite people in the music world. He just seems very douchey now. And Mr. Bungle is playing here, but they're opening. Who are they opening for? Somebody I couldn't give a shit about, so I'm not going to go. Are they opening for Tool or Ghost or Slipknot or somebody? I would like to see Mr. Bungle on their own, but I don't want to see them open for whoever they're opening for. I think I've had maybe 2 Snapples in my life. Never get into it. Used to love Nestea, which is now called, it's been called Fuse, I think, for about 10 years. Yeah, I don't like them. I kind of get, I feel like they, and you could apply this to probably many bands. I feel like, how can I explain this? People like them just because other people like them. I feel it's very trendy. I first heard Ghost or heard of Ghost from Phil Anselmo, I think around 2012. No, before that, 2010, somewhere around there. And he was saying how great they were, and I listened to them. I thought this band is not very good. And I can see that people like them. I guess it's kind of a cool thing that they do. But yeah, I think their whole thing is they're popular because, and they're playing 3 nights here in Mexico City in the big arena. 3 nights. Sleep Token. I'd never heard of them until the drummer played in that drum off at the Black Sabbath Back to Beginning concert on July 5th. I had never heard of Sleep Token. Buyaka is drinking his peach Snapple now. I would like something to drink now, something sweet. Don't really like peach too much. I used to like raspberry iced tea. The original Nestea was lemon, and then they came out with raspberry, which was very good. Yes, the Warning is a big thing in Mexico. Yes, I think they're I don't understand how they got so big. I saw them live. They opened for Foo Fighters or Iron Maiden. I can't remember. Somebody in a big stadium. Metallica, maybe? I can't remember. A couple of years ago. I don't like the Warning. Don't care. Yeah, I like their I like Ghost's thing, their gimmick and everything. I don't really have a problem with Ghost, but I don't like them. I don't dislike them, but when I hear their music, I don't get any enjoyment from it. But I'm also not angry about them. Do you like the Warning, Mike? That one's harder to whistle. That's Helpless by Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. All right. Mike likes the Warning. And speaking of just starting tours, we just mentioned that Joey Belladonna just started the tour, the Dio tribute tour. Didn't Neil Young start a tour? I know he played in Toronto 2 nights ago. I don't know if that was the first night of the tour or what, but I know Neil Young is on tour now too. What song did the warning do? We're talking about a lot of songs. Which one? I don't know who Vanessa Warwick is. Oh my God! Stop it! Stop it, Dallas. Do you like baby metal? Okay. All right, you get a reprieve of sorts. There's a town, North Ontario. What was the song you were talking about, Damien? Uh, that the warning did. What? You don't care what I say? All right, I can get into this conversation. I can join this conversation. Yeah, loudness, sure, loudness. Everybody, crap your hands. Oh, Kirk is back. Hello, Kirk. It's still early for Kirk. It's only 7:29. Are the Padres at home? If they are, I guess the game just starts at 7:07 or 7:37. What's your question, Kirk? End of I want to talk. No, I kind of mentioned that off the top. That was a little bit of clickbait. That was just me trying to get people to come to the live stream, which obviously worked since there are 7 people here. No, it's just that I hadn't done an episode. Let me see. The last episode, well, I mean, I had a bunch of episodes in the can. The last one that aired was Black Sabbath Volume 4, but I did that. Oh, that must have been 3 weeks ago. So it just was a long time without doing any, and I didn't know. And I did one today, by the way, Kirk. Hopefully I didn't get you. Hopefully you were going to come anyway. But I did do one today. I don't think I was very happy with this one today. I don't have my. It might take me. I mentioned this in the video, the one that I did today. It's going to take me a while to get the way I had it set up in my other house. I had my tripod set up where it was, and I never moved it. So every time, the framing of the video was the same all the time, within a very, 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 very tight window. But in this new house, I can't keep the tripod there. I could, but I don't want it. It's too obtrusive if I leave it there. And so, which means every time I do, I'm going to have to adjust it and move it. And it took me like 15 minutes to get it in the right position today, and I still didn't like it. That was who? Oh yeah, he was a nice guy, despite his infatuation. Dominic, yeah, he's a nice guy. Dominic, yeah, I think he hasn't come to the last couple live streams. I guess there are people that come and just don't. Maybe my ex-girlfriend or my mother is here watching me. I know some people, they show up, but they lurk. I don't know. But it's pretty bad. I've got 12,000 subscribers, and I draw, I think the most that were here tonight one time was 11. I don't know how it works. Dallas and I've lamented that to Dallas before. I don't understand how YouTube works. And by the way, if anybody watched my Who album ranking video, thank you. That bothered me a little bit. I'm not out to set YouTube on fire, but man, I thought I put a lot of work into that Who album ranking video, and it got 36 views, 41 views, something like that. Terrible. I don't understand how I can have 12,000 subscribers and only 40 of them watch it. You'd think it's not even subscribers. That might have been only 6 subscribers and maybe some random people who came across it. Yeah, and also I think now I like this new place, but when I look back on the video, and I'll show you here, I think it doesn't look as good. I thought my other apartment looked kind of cool on camera because it had the posters behind me and the guitars and the TV. But here I'm doing it in my bedroom, and all you see is the bed and some furniture, and I don't have posters up yet. I think it doesn't look good. But I might change the location of the camera when I do another episode. Where is it? By the way, here's some behind the scenes stuff if you want to see. This is me setting it up, finding my spot to stay in. This is some behind the scenes stuff. Oh, I'm getting my notebook, making sure it's recording, smoothing out my shirt, fixing my hair. Yeah, didn't really like this today. See, and then here's how this is some real behind the scenes stuff here. This is how we YouTubers operate. I count myself down visually. 3, 2, 1. There, 3, 2, 1. There's my countdown. And then you see it from here. So I cut all that crap from the beginning. And, oh, you guys are so lucky. You tuned in on a very good day. Let me show you some more behind the scenes stuff. I'll show you what happens when I cut away. When you see me looking at the camera like this saying, and then I'm pointing at the album. Classics is because it's an easy one. I wanted to do one that was kind of simple for me. It's a little bit of a test. Everything is new. The sound is new. The lighting is new. The position of the camera is new. Just a second. Kiss Killers. No, Kiss. What's it called? Kiss Classics. Yes. Cut. And then I get out of frame. There it is. Isn't that interesting? That goes on the bonus DVD. Damien can probably relate. Damien does way more editing than I do. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, it's not. I don't think it's the nicest thing seeing a bed in the video. It's when I get some posters up, it'll be better. Good light here for sure. The light here is good. That's not bad. It's not practical, but at least that is kind of cool. Up on the roof, I did think about that. but I was scared to death up there on the roof. It's like hundreds of feet down to the back here because I would fall into the ravine, and the ledge is just that high. And it's just it's in direct sun. But I did think about doing one up on the roof. I can't really ditch it. I mean, I can't do the videos downstairs. I don't know, maybe once I get everything set up, maybe, but definitely better light on this floor than the bottom floor. And I mean, the bed is, I mean, it's omnipresent. It's tough to get rid of. Maybe I would do one episode just to do something different. You know what I did think about doing once a month ago, maybe? I thought about doing a mobile, or Americans say mobile episode, like just going on my walk and talking about an album for, half an hour as I'm walking. I still might do that. Yeah, I should build a Southern roof. That's like Kramer recreating the old Merv Griffin set in his apartment. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should raid a dumpster and see if I can find an old TV show set from the 70s. Yeah, maybe I should do that. I'm also at the mercy of the if there's wind or rain. Typically, there's not going to be rain during the day anyway. Maybe I will do that. Maybe if I have the encouragement here, maybe I would have to talk very loud too. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Yeah, that could be an idea just for something different. And now that I just said that about the video that I thought about doing walking, now I have another song instantly stuck in my head. If I can whistle it, I don't think anybody will get this one. No, I can't whistle properly. It's Going Mobile by The Who on Who's Next. Yeah, and I did, let me show you. I took a video on the roof today. I sent one to Dallas, and I did another one to send to my brother. This is the view from my roof.
Yeah, I'm up on the roof for
That's
the first time. This is
tree.
my view from the roof.
There's the roof.
My bedroom window is down here. Buenas tardes.
I will do it on the roof at some point. I don't know if it'll be the next episode, but I'll do an episode on the roof. Why not? Oh, I don't think I'm welcome in that house or in that neighborhood anymore. I think I got to stay away from there. That's a good question. I don't know if you saw Booyaka or if anybody saw. I did 3 shorts, YouTube shorts to promote this live stream, which obviously worked because there are 9 people here, and there's a big waterfall that's only a few minutes walk from here. You can go down there, but it's like stairs. But I don't think you can hike into it. I would have to investigate that. I would like to. It's really thick and it's very deep. I have a feeling there's no trail. It's just a river. By the way, I can hear the river. I'm sure the microphone can't pick it up here, but I can hear the river out my window. Not a river. It's like a big stream, but I don't think there's any hiking trails down there. Yeah. Yep. I will do it. I promise. I have 3. I got Dallas, Rat Rock, and Kirk requesting a roof episode. I will do. Yeah, there is a lot of garbage at the bottom of the waterfall. Yep. Not as bad as the Ganges River in India, though, or Bangladesh. Jesus Christ. I'm going home, and when I want to go home. Damien is poaching my viewers. I was just lamenting the fact that nobody watches my videos, and I value and I cherish my viewers, and here's Damien poaching them. I feel like a rhinoceros, and my horn is being cut off. I didn't know Mike was so into Japanese music. Oh, why would I? Keep me moving. Is anybody going to see The Who on this tour? Well, I don't have a fold-out chair, and I don't have a cabana. I could do it with an umbrella to protect me from the sun. That's fairly common in Mexico. In Cuernavaca, in my city, people, and I see it more now than in the past, people using umbrellas to protect themselves from the sun rather than the rain. It's para sol, para agua. Oh, my cat is waking up. See if she comes if I call her. There she is. Oh, yeah. So is anybody going to see The Who on this tour? They just, we're talking a lot about bands that have just started. They just started the U.S. leg of their tour a couple nights ago, and they played Going Mobile for the first time ever. That song is 55 years old, and they just played it for the first time on Saturday in Florida. Is Australia expected to be announced? I think they talked about that recently, no? I hope I can see them one more time. I highly doubt that they're going to come here, though. I don't know how much of the world they're touring. I don't know if they can make it that long. Oh, just like the crisis actors. Sandy Hook, not real people. Some people think that. Keep me moving. It's hot tonight. The kid is hot tonight. Whoa, so hot tonight. That is not surprising me. I think death metal sucks. Yeah, I'm not. I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. People don't want to believe anything. Everything they think everything is fake now. But where would it be tomorrow? Very good, Kirk. Very nicely done. Didn't Mr. Bungle do a cover of that, of The Kid is Hot Tonight? Or Working for the Weekend? Kid is Hot Tonight, I think. Or something with Mike Patton. I don't know which one of his bands it was, but I remember Mike Patton singing Come on, baby, let's go. Which is the Loverboy song where he says, "Come on, baby, let's go." Is that Working for the Weekend, or is that The Kid is Hot Tonight? Whatever song it is, Mike Patton has sang that. No, I have never done that ever. Oh, you know what? Oh, let me tell you a story. You know who I did reach out to? One, Stephen Piercy. Yes, I sent the proper email, a nicely worded, persuasive email to Mr. Stephen Piercy's management, who is, what's that guy's name? The guy with the funny black hair. Jason Green. I invited Stephen Piercy on the show to talk about, I think it was going to be Infestation. I can't remember. Never heard back. Yeah. Everybody's working for the weekend. Come on, baby, let's go. Yeah, you're right. The kid is hot tonight. Whoa, so hot tonight. Where will it be tomorrow? Remember Turn Me Loose? That was a great song. I had that. I never bought a Loverboy album, but I did have Turn Me Loose as a single, and maybe Working for the Weekend. Turn Me Loose is pretty good. Great bass. He is kind of dull. Yeah. Anyway, I did try to get Piercy on the show. And I was, you know what? This is bad. I had it kind of in the works. And then life happened and he got sick and then he died just a couple of weeks. So I was planning on getting David Roach, Junkyard Singer, to do an episode talking about the first Junkyard record. I will do that, but not with David Roach, obviously, because he died a couple weeks ago. But I'm going to do that Junkyard first record with a guest. I was still waiting for you, Damien, to do the Muscle Car episode, talking about the Muscle Car singles you sent. Okay. Baseball update. What about the Blue Jays? What did they do tonight? They were hot. They're cooling down a little bit. They've lost, I think, 3 in a row to the Pirates. They lost to the Pirates yesterday. They lost 2 on the weekend, 2 straight, I think. Yes. I don't know why surprisingly good. It was just very good. And yes, that first Junkyard album rules. Not McMaster, although I could do it with him. He was friends with Roach. when they were in high school, maybe even before. They were good friends long before either of them were in bands. Tomorrow. Your tomorrow is my what? No, I probably can't these days. I'm probably too busy. Maybe on my Monday or Tuesday. It's hard to figure out the time when you're like, I think you're 16 hours, 17 hours ahead of me. And also I'm not set up. I guess I could do it because I would do it. No, tomorrow. No, I can't tomorrow. Yeah, typically Monday or Tuesday would be best for me. Oh, Jays beat the Pirates. All right. And also I haven't gone hiking for like a month and a half. Hikes are supposed to resume Wednesday next week. So for any of you who are interested in hiking, I mean, there's 6 people in here now. I don't know how many of you are watching the hiking videos, but I thought I'd throw that in there. Yeah, pretty big lead. And the Blue Jays also now have, and they've had this for whatever this is worth for quite a while now, the best record in the American League and the second best record in baseball after the Brewers. I know that, it's better to say that at the end of the year, but it's been some time since they were in first place in the middle of August. You know what I just realized? Today is August 19th. Today is the anniversary of my first time seeing Guns N' Roses in 1987. I saw Guns N' Roses 38 years ago when nobody knew who they were, and I loved them. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it. I still have the notes from, I would have to listen to them again, but I still have the notes from when we were going to do it last time, and I will have to revisit those. But yeah, we can do that. We'll try to work it out. Yeah, but you know what? There's no great. I don't know if this is. We'll go to baseball a little bit. I don't know if this is because of interleague play or I guess the balanced schedule. There's no great teams this year. Nobody's great. The Dodgers had a great run. The Yankees were good in like May and June, but even the teams that are good, they go on these 1-9 stretches, or they have a 7-game losing streak. There's no great teams this year. I forgot. I totally forgot that Kirk was a Toronto guy at that point. Yeah, that's right. Yep, it was Guns N' Roses opening for the Cult at CNE Grandstand. Very good. Well done, Kirk. Yep. And then in 2016, I saw the Cult opening for Guns N' Roses in Mexico City. Yes, that was noted for sure. Oh, Little Saskatoon got Guns N' Roses on that big tour. That was a pretty cool time. I didn't really like those albums too much. I liked them. I didn't love them, but that was a pretty wild time to be a Guns N' Roses fan around that period. To me, that seems big. 2,000 for the Cult in San Diego in 2026 seems like a lot. Yeah, that's the common consensus. Where's the other guy from Saskatoon? Do you know do any of you guys know or watch this channel called Rock in Danger? Rock. And then like Guns N' Roses. Danger. Do any of you guys watch their videos? The YouTube channel? Rock is one of the guys. Danger is the other guy's name. Does Asprey have a bad reputation? What are I don't know if I've he's never seemed like a particularly pleasant guy. I don't think I've ever seen him smile. But I've never heard any bad stories about him. Yes, they are Canadians. They're from Saskatchewan, just like Dallas. They probably know each other because there's like 8 people that live in that whole province. Yeah, he seems like it. Like I said, he just seems he doesn't seem particularly happy to be doing what he's doing. Sweet soul sister. I got out of them. Man, for me they were a one and done album. I remember Love. Didn't really like it. To me, they were like a British new wave. Like to me, they were like U2. Didn't like them at all. Loved Electric. I mean, really, really, really loved Electric. I did an episode maybe 2 years ago on it. And then Sonic Temple, I bought it. Never got into it. And then what came after that? The one with Edie, Ciao Baby. I love that song, but never get into it. Yeah, Electric is awesome. You know where he's from. Dallas might know this. Ian Asper is from Hamilton. Oh, you met Asprey when you were a kid? Jamie Stewart was the bass player. Is he also Canadian? Yeah, Ian Asprey, I think. I don't know if he's from Hamilton, but he grew up there or he spent some time there. By the way, a lot of people don't know this. You know who else spent time in Hamilton as a kid? Kerry King. Kerry King was, I think he lived in Hamilton for a year or a couple of years, I think. Am I making that up? I feel like that's true. Let me check. Kerry King. Sweet soul sister. Kerry King. No, I don't see it. It's not on his Wikipedia page. But yeah, I think he spent significant time in Hamilton, Ontario. That's who it is. I knew there was also a connection that Jamie Stewart had a connection to Canada. Yeah, and Ian Asprey did grow up in Hamilton. Yeah, Sonic Temple, what? Firewoman? Oh, no, Edie was on Sonic Temple. What was the song on, was it the self-titled record that had a black cover with that woman on it? Ceremony? Oh, that's what Rat Rock song. Yeah, Ceremony. That was the last album I bought. I don't even know one song from that album. No, I disagree. I love Electric. I don't dislike the other two, but I just was kind of indifferent to them. REM was like that too. I bought first REM record I bought was Automatic for the People. Loved it. Still love it. Didn't like or didn't care about anything. Never buy anything they did before that. And I bought the next record, which was Monster, which is I think one of the most commonly the one of the records you see most in used record store CDs. Yeah, for me, REM was one and done too, but Automatic for the People is unbelievable. Very AC/DC. I couldn't believe when that album came out that how different they sounded than Love. As I said, Love to me they're like a U2, and I hated U2 at that time. And to me they were just like a kind of a that they had that British sound that I hate, and just didn't like it. And then Electric came out. I thought, man, this is like they're like the opposite of like Metallica or something, where they were hard and then they were more commercial. The Cult was the opposite. They were kind of like new wave British pop, something like that. And all of a sudden they were like this great hard rock band. And Dangerous Toys opened. Remember on that Sonic Temple tour, Dangerous Toys opened that tour, at least a leg anyway. Yeah, I've seen a couple of Kiss updates on Damien's channel. Mike Pratt would like that. Oh. Let me see. Do I have? I don't think I have anything from that Cult album on my phone. No. Nope. I have 15 Cult songs on my phone, and they're all from Electric and the Electric singles. Those are, I had all those singles. Those were really cool. The Little Devil, Wildflower, Love Removal Machine. They all had kind of a similar theme to them. Yeah, those were cool. Yes, She Sells Sanctuary was Love. And what else was on that? Rain and Revolution. The first Cult album on Wikipedia, they have it listed as gothic rock, post-punk, alternative rock, and hard rock. And then Electric is hard rock, heavy metal. Yeah, I didn't really like it either. U2, as I said. I don't think I know a single song from Dreamtime. Who's still here? Dallas, Damien, Mike. Rat Rock, is he still here? Is Kirk still here? That's 5. There's one more. Is Buyaka? Oh yeah, Booyaka is here. Rad Rock is here. Just checking. I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. He came, said he was here, then he disappeared. You know where his name comes from? Ali Rules. There was a. I've known Ali Rules online since like 1999. Holy shit, 26 years. And there was a. I don't know if I don't think she was a porn star. She was like a internet model or something like that. Like I don't know if it was even nude. And her name was Ali something. And he thought she ruled. So his screen name was Ali Rules. What was her name? No idea. There's 9 people now. 3 more people just came. Oh my god. I'm overwhelmed. Oh, now 8. I think I like the names of some tribute bands more than I like the actual band. Some of them have pretty clever names. The Iron Maidens, that's a great name for the all female tribute. There's a Mexican Iron Maiden tribute called Slaves of the Beast. Pretty good. Who's here? Everybody should identify. Buyaka, Rat Rock, Mike, Dallas, Damien is 5. I don't know if I count as one of the 9 people. Playtime with Eddie. Okay, pretty good. Natural Science, I have no idea what that refers to. Kirk is still here. Oh, Kirk is watching the Giants Padres game. Does Rush have a song called Natural Science, or it's a lyric, I guess? I at least know they don't have an album called Natural Science. Being in a Rush tribute band would be a tall order. Permanent Waves, all right. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. It's a lot to take in with Rush. Oh, I did. Oh man, I haven't ripped CDs in many, many years. I still download since Ozzy died. Well, actually, I guess it's a combination of the concert, the Back to the Beginning concert, and then Ozzy dying. I downloaded the entire Ozzy discography and Black Sabbath discography. Ozzy, up to that point, I already had Blizzard, Diary, Ultimate Sin, Patient Number 9, because my friend Miguel gave that to me. But I downloaded everything. And Black Sabbath, all I had was, well, the first 8 Ozzy albums, Heaven and Hell, and that was it. I had to download a lot of stuff. Spirit of Radio is a very, very, very top-notch song about CFNY 102.1 radio station in Toronto. Yep, already had that. Where'd you get them, Booyaka? Did you get them from Amazon? And give me your favorite as well, Booyaka. What's Amazon and eBay? What's your favorite Ozzy album? Actually, I'll ask everybody. I know Dallas. I'm sure Dallas likes The Ultimate Sin best for Ozzy. Yeah, Mike said that he was binging on Ozzy after he died. Yeah, that's the way it goes. Me too. I don't love. I bought No More Tears when it came out in September 1991. I remember I went to a Blue Jays game and bought it before the game. It was on a Saturday afternoon. I think it was the last weekend of the season. And I bought Overkill Horoscope that same day. Never liked No More Tears, and never bought anything after that. Yes, Diary of a Madman. It is a masterpiece. It is also one of my top 10 albums ever. Diary of a Madman is fucking awesome. I like it so much better than Blizzard of Oz and everything else. Yeah, like I know obviously his two biggest ones are Diary and Blizzard, and I think a lot of people would choose Blizzard. For me, it's not even close. Like, not even close. I really can't say strongly enough how much I love Diary. Come on, live albums don't count. Studio albums. Yeah, I mentioned this in, I think it was the Volume 4 episode I did. I was really, really surprised, pleasantly surprised, how big his death was, how mainstream it was. I was very happy about that. I listened to No More Tears last week for the first time, probably since shortly after it came out 30, 40 years ago, whenever it was. I still don't really like it. The song No More Tears I love. I just can't get into that album. Yeah, I'm torn on Ultimate Sin. I liked it at the time when I was a teenager, and then after decades, I realized it's not as good as I thought it was. But in the last, I don't know how long. Yeah, I don't dislike it. Like I said, I'm not sure what to think of Ultimate Sin. I think I had that. I saw that tour. I saw the Ultimate Sin tour the day that Cliff Burton died. Same day. I can't remember. I think I did have that book, the program. Yes. Yeah. He's his man. Think of how much money he's worth. Well, think of how much money he generated since he died. Dallas says Ultimate Sin has a real gloominess to it. I think he means a real glamminess to it. I think Hellraiser sucks. I think that song is fucking terrible. Now maybe Motorhead's version is worse. But when I listened to that album a week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, and that song came on, I forgot how much I hated it. I hate that. It sounds like Poison on Skinny Bop. That doom 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 doom. I really don't like Hellraiser. Road to Nowhere, I think, was pretty good. Mr. Tinker Train, they call me Mr. Tinker. That was okay. Killer of Giants is my favorite song on Ultimate Sin. That was supposed to be I'm sure everybody knows, the original title of the album was going to be Killer of Giants. Is that why? I saw the headline on Blabbermouth, I think it was yesterday. And I didn't read the story, and I didn't know why. The family. I wonder how that worked. Loser, I'm a secret loser. We're fighting about it. Oh no, that's Thank God for the Bomb. Loser, I'm a secret loser. Oh, is that what it was? Oh, and it was a new documentary. I thought it was, I just remember seeing Ozzy documentary pulled, and I thought it was I assumed it was the God Bless Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, documentary about Ozzy. Too soon. All right. You'll never know why we rock, rock, rock. We rock, rock, rock. You'll never know why we rock. Oh, I would like to see that. I mentioned that when I talked about it. I would love to see all the behind the scenes stuff. I don't know if that was in it, but I would like to see that. Which one did I see? I talked about that earlier. I think I saw God Bless Ozzy Osbourne, but maybe it was the 9 Lives of Ozzy. I'm still in Ozzy mode. I'm gonna have to let me show you. I mentioned this earlier in the live stream. Look at the look at what I bought yesterday. Let me find it here. Yeah, look at this. When I oh yeah, here it is. Oh. Yes. Oh, Dallas. This is what you need. This is the shower curtain that you need. Look at that. Who's going to get this shower curtain? I got. Where's the one that I got? I got this one. Ha. Yeah. What are you getting, Mike? Are you getting the big dragon across your collarbone? Well, Ozzy's got the big dragon, the blue dragon across here. He's got that that kind of goblin ghost looking one on his other side. He's got the Ozzy knuckles. He's got, or what I've got, I think everybody saw this. This is my Ozzy tattoo, or my Ozzy tattoos. Oh, Mike really is getting that. Man, I have to say, the Aussie logo, I mean the classic one, especially in red and yellow on Diary of a Madman, is maybe my second favorite logo after Kiss. I love that Aussie logo, and it just doesn't look as good. On Blizzard of Oz, it's red and kind of a silver white color. No, the Aussie logo in red and yellow is second best logo. Maybe the best. Maybe I like it better. No, I like Kiss most, but I think I like Aussie after that. Man, people are crazy. How are you getting that design, Mike? Are you doing it AI, ChatGPT? How are you gonna get that font? All right. Well, I guess it's a lot easier now than it used to be. Yeah, you can show him that, and he'll, I'm sure all these tattoo guys all use AI for all their stuff now. I mean, for something like that, I used it to design my cadaver tattoo that I got a couple of months ago. Yeah, and I'm sure you're not the first person to get this tattoo in the last month. He's probably done a few of them. All right, and I'm going to shut it down now. It's 10:30 for me, and I have to wake up at 5:40 to work at 6 o'clock, and I still have to walk the dogs. I got to walk these dogs twice. I can't walk them together. Padres win 5-1. Yeah, so I have to walk one dog, come back, walk the other dog, which obviously takes twice as much time. So I got to walk the dogs and then go to bed. Thank you, Buyaka. Thank you. And thank you for coming. Thank you, Kirk. Always nice to not see you, but have to be graced by your presence. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Dallas, of course. We will speak. Thank you, Mike. Remember to watch for the Kiss episode should be up Thursday. Thank you, Damien, and whoever the other ones are here that are ghosts. Thank you. That is all for today. Thanks, everybody who came. Kiss episode of I Want to Talk About This album coming up on Thursday. For Damien, that's Friday. Tune in if you like. Thank you, Branca, Rat Rock. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everybody. Say goodbye. See ya.